All right, let's cut across back to Rahul Srivastava. You know, Rahul, practically it must be the first time that at least I have heard Akhilesh Yadav deliver a speech in English and not in Hindi. But, you know, that aside, with what certain leaders have said, Rahul, including Farooq Abdullah, maybe not the prime ministerial face, but somebody like an MK Stalin could really be the rallying point of bringing the opposition parties together, maybe on the same stage where the Congress is, because somewhere down the line, we haven't seen prime ministerial ambitions from MK Stalin, which we can't really say of other political parties like the BRS, TMC or the rest.
Preeti, I don't think we have seen the prime ministerial aspirations from MK Stalin, because I think it's rather too new to the race. And see, also a party like the DMK has critical baggage issues. Somebody who has leads a party who has been carrying out a strong anti-Hindi campaign cannot actually aspire to be a prime minister, because there is a large number of seats which are coming from North India, the Hindi-speaking areas. And I think anybody who allies with a DMK politically will find it very problematic. Say, for example, an Akhilesh Yadav. How will he justify to his people about what his political stand or DMK's political stand is? So I think it's not a very easy thing for Stalin to aspire. But then it happened to Deve Gowda, and Deve Gowda, it happened by default that there was a huge amount of rivalry between a Lalu Yadav and a Mulayam Singh Yadav and a Sharad Yadav and others. And that is why eventually, as a consensus candidate, Deve Gowda was chosen as a prime ministerial candidate. And then somebody lesser in terms of a political activism, somebody like an IK Gujral. So eventually, are we looking at, is the opposition looking at an exercise of that kind, that once the results are out, the Congress numbers are not overwhelming, that it can dictate the terms and the opposition eventually can have its prime ministerial candidate? I think the politics has moved away from that period. And that is why Farooq Abdullah is right. Forget being prime minister, who becomes the prime minister, nation first, all that is fine.
But you know, okay, Rahul, the fact is, before I go into a break, I'm sorry I'm coming in because we're running out of time. Because shouldn't maybe this advice be given to other political parties? Because if you look at it where he says we must all fight together, what happened in Gujarat? Aam Aadmi Party benefited with that 6% vote share at the cost of Congress. What possibly might happen in 2 states out of the 3 that are going into election tomorrow? The TMC might actually benefit the BJP.
Yes, that's exactly is the problem, that each political party is trying to expand itself, while the Congress also is trying to do the same thing to revive itself. So there is a clash of interests happening between the opposition, within the opposition spectrum. Now, if there is a clash of interest in terms of the aspirations of the rest non-Congress political parties and the attempts of revival by the Congress, then the entire exercise is not really an attempt to unity. As I've been saying, it is a re-establishment of a working order in the opposition. I think it is just work in progress. It will take some time for the opposition to find out the right contours to start working with each other.